Now we turn to Mali, the West African nation that is home to over 500,000 Tuareg people. They're an ethnic group that has controlled the trade routes in the Sahara Desert that spans northern Mali for almost 2,000 years. But the Tuareg have never enjoyed significant political power, channeling their frustrations into a rich musical culture. Special correspondent Monica Villamizar went for a listen.
Ahmed Kaidi says that the Tuareg people have always been warriors, but he traded his rifle for a guitar.
It's a music of resistance. It's poetry for a people that have plenty of things to say. We sing about how we have suffered through politics, through racism against us, and our ancestors from the desert. We say we are here. Don't forget us.
The 42-year-old Tuareg spent the first half of his life as a soldier for Libya's infamous dictator, Muammar Gaddafi. Thousands of Tuareg, like Kaidi, were paid to uproot themselves, move to Libya, and fight for Africa's outspoken ruler. But after Gaddafi was killed in 2011, during the early days of the Arab Spring, nearly 30,000 Tuareg made the journey south, from Libya back to Mali. Ahmed Kaidi says the Tuareg are the masters of the Sahara, navigating the dunes only by following the stars. Surviving in one of Earth's most inhospitable places, and their music reflects this experience of traveling the desert.
It follows the rhythm of the camels walking. You are alone with the camels, and you hum to the rhythm of the camel. It's like a trance that helps you make the long journey ahead. And you are alone, no one to talk to.
Tuareg culture became known in the West thanks to music and the so-called Tuareg blues. Every year, groups gathered in a desert festival outside the fabled city of Timbuktu. Even Western singers like U2's Bono flocked there. But for the last 5 years, the festival has been cancelled after violence ripped through northern Mali. By January 2012, a Tuareg militia began to fight for independence from Mali and its own Tuareg nation. Guns from Libya fueled a revolution led by Bilal Ag-Sharif. But Al-Qaeda used those same guns and hijacked the revolution. All of Mali became a battleground. Then French troops landed to stop the Islamists in 2013, and UN peacekeepers soon followed. A ceasefire with the Tuareg was finally signed. So Bilal Al-Sharif doesn't feel safe here in his own country. Under the peace accords, the UN troops or the Malian army must protect him, but he doesn't trust them fully, and his security and bodyguards are Tuareg. Hi, Mr. Bilal.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you? Very nice to meet you.
Before 100 years, the Tuareg controlled their areas before colonial period, and they are the masters of their countries. But the situation changed totally. This is why there is always revolutions and resistance. So I think today, we hope in 100 years, we will have never Tuareg who is thinking again as the second class in their countries.
Ag-Sharif says the majority of his people still dream of a Tuareg state, but not all leaders agree. Fahad al-Mahmoud blames the Tuareg rebellion for unleashing the chaos that turned northern Mali into a conflict zone.
The rebellion that started in 2012 really hurt the Tuareg. Today, terrorist groups are the masters of the territory. we are dominated by outsiders in our own land.
Ag Sharif would like to incorporate Tuareg fighters into the Malian army to help remove Al-Qaeda and ISIS from the north. Many Tuareg have fled the violent Sahara, abandoning their nomadic way of life. There aren't any tourists joining the camel caravans or visiting the bustling markets of Timbuktu. 600 miles south is the capital, where many are trying to relocate and to build a new life.
Bamako, the capital of Mali, is a world away for the Tuareg people. There's a river and it's humid, and they are desert people. So for them, the life here is completely different to what they're used to.
Fadimata Wallet is getting her ancient instruments ready. Her mostly female group, named Tartit, makes the instruments they play. The band had been touring constantly, even performing internationally, but times are tough.
Since the rebellion and the war in 2012, we don't go on tour. I don't know if it's because it's a traditional music only liked by older people or if it's because of the crisis.
To make ends meet, Fadimata's band plays at weddings and also divorces. Tuareg culture is matriarchal, so when a woman divorces, it's cause for celebration.
Even if I'm physically here, my mind and soul are in the desert. I always need to live and think of going back to the desert. If I'm in New York or Washington, I think of my native village in the middle of the desert, sitting on a large sand dune. There I am in peace. No phones or anything. I sleep perfectly well there.
Fadimata says she remembers the days when the lyrics to Tuareg music worked like a newspaper, and people learned about current events through song.
Our culture has a tendency to disappear. That's why I formed this group of women who spread their message around the world.
Today, Fadimata and her band play to only our camera, as the Niger River bears witness. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Monica Villamizar in Bamako, Mali.